All right. Just waiting for a video. Hey, hey. I think we are live. I'm going to check one more place here, and then we can get going. Just checking my phone. There we are. I see myself. Can I hear myself? Yes, I can hear myself. Excellent. Alrighty. We are live. No one is here yet. Hello, everybody. I am Greg. Welcome to a second live stream today. We had our Patreon live stream earlier, and now I'm going to do my first day of Voron building. I've got the Voron 0 over here. I've got some video here so you can see it all. And I've got different views, so hopefully the audio will stay the whole time and we can have a decent build session. So I've got a few different camera views, and I've already actually started, but barely. So what I have done is I've mounted the linear rails onto I've mounted the linear rails and so a couple pieces, but that's it. I'm barely into the build. I also added a few nuts into here. As you can see, some of them are falling out. It's a little bit finicky. You have to drop the square nuts in, and then the instructions indicate that there's 6 that go in here, but they don't indicate where they go. So you got to kind of figure it out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I think that gets all 6 into place there. I do have the instructions here, so I'll just quickly show you what I've done so far. Oops. So I'm going to be following the manual. I bought a kit, so I don't need to use any of the drilling pieces, so that's fine. They kind of break down what pieces have what holes. I've kind of sorted them, so I think that's okay. I don't need to drill any holes in the bed because they're pre-drilled. This is the part that I did. There's some plastic inserts that you have to put these nuts into. On the newer Voron, some of the kits, they have a aluminum strip with holes drilled and tapped, but this one, it's still using the nuts because it's the V0 kit. Hey Pierre, how are you doing? And so I've already took the liberty of mounting these pieces because they were a little bit finicky and I didn't want the carriages to come off, so I've already cleared that piece out and I've attached this, and so this is where kind of I'm starting. So I'll just cut back to my other So for the overhead shot, so I've got these mounted up, as you can see on here. Put in the screws. I left the stoppers in here. So I did most screw holes. They say you can use every other screw hole, so that's what I did. But I left out this one so I could leave the stopper in so that this doesn't slide off, because you do not want the little ball bearings all over the place. Trust me. That would not be good. So as I showed in the other piece, I've assembled this piece, I put the nuts in, and that's where we're starting. So these are our alignment gauges. So when I was putting these on, you print these and you put this on, it keeps it nice and centered into the extrusion. so that when you put your screws in, it keeps in alignment. I haven't done it on the other one, so when we get to that step for these, I'll have to utilize these. So I've got all my screws and everything nearby. I've got some Allen keys, and we shall get going on the next part. So this part was done. So now technically we are, I'm going to just switch back to my PDF view. So they say over here, they say put in 6 on the, it says pink here, put in 6 square nuts. And if you look here, you got the M3 nuts, and they're these little square nuts. They say put in 6, but they don't say where to put the 6. They say 2 in the top, and they say 6 here, but it's actually 4 here, 1 here, 1 on this side, and then 2 up here. So these last 2, I'm going to switch. So it's kind of confusing. And then we mount it. So I'm going to switch back to my other camera view. So we've got, it's going to be hard to see, but I've got a nut in this shaft here. There's a nut right here. There's another nut on this side. There are 4 nuts along here. And then they want, on the bottom part, they want 2 more nuts. So 1, 2. And then they say you need the button head M3 by 8s. So that's these ones. So we will get these going. M3 by 8s, and I do believe, will this one fit it? Yes, so I have a nice, so now to do these, they want us to install this into here, like so. Like that. Oh, and I just lost a nut. I told you these are finicky. So I've got a nut there. Oh, I think I put the nut in the wrong spot, did I? Now I gotta look. All right, I got to make sure I got all the nuts in the right places. This is the finicky part. I knew the live stream portion of this wouldn't be great. Okay, so we got 2 nuts in the bottom and then 4 in the back. So I'm going to get these 4 in the back here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, got them in. So there's 4 in the back. So now let's see if I can get it in without them falling out this time. All right. All right, so that's in. Now, oh. Okay, this is this is not easy. Okay, so there's 2 here. They fall out the one side. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to put one side on at a time, which is fine. All right, so one side at a time. So that will go in because I can get that one in. Oh, fell out. All right. Okay. This is going to be very tricky because you don't want them to fall out, but man. Gonna get this one in. There's got to be a trick to this that I just don't know yet. So you see that one's sliding around. That almost lines up. Didn't quite get it. I think I need to make that hole a little bit bigger. Some of the holes on these ones weren't great. We switched the printers halfway through the build process and improved drastically the build quality. All right, let's see if I can capture that. A little finicky, holy cow. This part, I thought, oh, this part won't be as bad as the other part. Wrong. All right, let's see if we can get this one in. Exciting streaming. All right. I can just see it in there. Oh. There, I think I got it. One down. All right. Okay, so I got that one in. This one is going to be the next hard one. I can just see it. There it is. Okay. It's lined up. Very finicky. I thought Hulk was a good name, and then I'm doing green and purple, so hopefully the colors look good. Oh yeah, I got it. Sweet. All right. Now I need to put 2 more in this one. Wonder if I should do one at a time. Yeah. Okay, I'll do one at a time. We'll put one in, and we'll try to get it lined up. Whoa! They fall right out the other side. Okay. So they're falling out this other side, so I need to put something in there so they don't fall out. What can I put in there? Will that fit? Too big. Too big. There. Let's see if we can do that, and maybe it won't fall out. There we go. All right. Now we'll just make this one a little bit. Oh, and it falls out the other side. All right. Clean this up a bit. All right. Okay. And fill out the other side. Hopefully I find that one. We'll drop it in. And we'll try to get this one going. All right. Hopefully I can get it in and get it started. Okay. Don't know if I can. Ah. This one just doesn't seem like it's going through far enough. I think I'm going to use a 10 on this one. Yeah. Because a 10, oh yeah, 10 reaches through. So I'm using a 10. Yeah, it says 8, but the 8 definitely isn't going through far enough. Because if you look at the 8 barely gets through. So I'm definitely going to have to make it a 10. That's why we have extra parts, though. This does not. I don't even know if 10's long enough. Ten should be more than long enough. Ten should be more than long enough. Hopefully we can get there. Got it out. Clean that up a bit. There we go. Bet you the 8 will fit now. Okay, that seems to be in there now. Yep, doesn't slide through, so I can now back this one off a bit. All right. Now I just got to stop it from falling through. And let's try screwing it in now. There we go. There we go. You can even see it just on the edge there. Yeah, just on the edge. Got it in. Just had to clean up that a little bit. It was not a clean haul. But the rest of the prints were done on a much better printer, so I don't think I have to worry about that for the rest of them. So let's get that one in. Screw it in. Drop this in and it should hopefully stop. It does. There, I think maybe I got the technique. Now we'll unscrew it a little bit. Give it a little nudge to where it needs to be. So close. Just need to bring it back a little bit. So close. It's right there. Just needs to lift it up a little bit. Maybe that'll help. There. There we go. All right. We got 1, we got 2, We got 3, we got 4, and now we got 1 at the bottom. They got a lot of oh, I just see it. Let's see if we can get it lined up. Okay, make sure I'm on the right. Yep, by 8. They sure put a lot of screws in this. There we go. All right, one side on. So now I need 2 more of these in here. I need 1 in here. And 1 in the bottom. Where'd my other one go? That's the one that went on the floor. There we are. Hey Mario. The Voron website already has a manual for the Voron 1.0. Yes, it does. So the 1.0 is very similar to the 1. With the 1.0, they've gone to a extruder. I'll just switch cameras here so you can see my face better. One of these. There we go. So the Voron 1.0, they've changed it to a direct drive extruder instead of the Bowden, which is nice. They also changed the way the Z-axis works. Right now it has a motor, and you'll see that as we're building, a belt and to drive the lead screw. But now they went to a direct drive motor lead screw system, so that simplifies construction and whatnot. So I'm doing the Voron 0, which is the original one. Later on, maybe I'll build a V 0.1, but I'm going to just focus on the V0 first. And so there are a few different pieces for each one. So I don't know which camera view you like better, if you like the side view or the top view. I think the top view when I'm doing this stuff is probably better. So I've got all the pieces in, so now we're going to get this put on. But before I do that, because I had so much trouble with these other ones, I'm going to clean this up a bit, because again, this was the Legend build, which David has since retired, and will completely rebuild that one. All right, that one's all cleaned up. Might as well just make sure there's no little particles in there. The heads of the screws fit better on these ones. I tried the other parts that I've printed, and they're much better. Don't have to clean these up. This one will be interesting because you have to attach this first, and then I guess the only thing I need to do on this one is just clean up the hole, which I thought I had a different drill bit for. Yeah, this one. Just clean that hole up a bit because it wasn't very smooth. Make sure you guys have if you don't have great prints, you have a couple of bits with the right size diameter to clean up holes, because you don't want it too big, but you still want it to be able to grip on everything. So just make sure that, yeah, that's good. And that's good. All right. So now that we got that, I will put this on here. Press it into place. Make sure it's nice and flat. Now I'm going to have the same problem with these side ones, is they're going to want to fall out like that one just did. Put it back in. So I'm going to have something in there to prevent that. So I think I'm going to do the hardest one first. That's this one. Figure the hardest one first is the way to go. All right, I got it in. So now, hopefully, I can thread the nut in, and then it won't fall out. Oh, and it fell out. Let's see if we can get that back in. All right, these are magnetic slightly, so that's let's see if we can get it back in. It goes in. I don't think this hole is working right. Let's get this one in. See if we can drop the screws out for now. We'll get this one in. That one definitely needs more cleaning up. Yeah, I've got the manual on the screen. I can flip back and forth, but right now I'm just trying to, these are kind of finicky. All right, screwdriver. All right, let's see if we can get that going. Okay, it's in. And we'll get an 8. So if I get it in far enough, it should not slide past. Yay! Then I can back it off just slightly. Nudge it in. Oh, no, not enough. Back it off some more. There we go. Now, there. There we go. Perfect. So the back one's going to be tricky. But why don't we do Do the side one here now. Yep, M8. So we'll just get that lined up like we did the other one. Ah. There we go. Let's see if we can. No, this one. The 8s are just not fitting nice. That's what we're supposed to be using, but see if I can get this out now. There we go. I'm going to use a 10. On this one. Okay. There we go. It stopped. Okay, it stops, but man, this is finicky. Okay, I can see it lined up. Nope, it slipped past it. All right, let's try it again. Line it up. There. Oh, very finicky. So now I got a blind one here I got to do, and then one more. So I got this one to do. So I have to see if I can. Oh yeah, it slips past. Okay, I think it's lined up. Ah, yeah, I got it. Woo! How often does that happen first try? Whoa! Excellent. So now I got this bottom one to do. Alright. Okay. That looks lined up. Okay, either I'm getting better at this or I should buy a lottery ticket because I got it first time that time. All right. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my little shavings here. Get them out of the way. Don't need anything gumming up any of the works. All right. So I'm going to switch to my PDF view. So this is what I just finished. I just did those. I did those. And, oh, you know why the 8s didn't work? Because those were supposed to be 12s. Well, that makes sense. Oh well, I modified it. 8s fit now. Oops. All right. Guess read the instructions before I start modifying, eh? All right. Okay, so next we got some mechanical assembly to do for the Z motor. So we've got our rod. We need a Gates pulley, which is, I think, is it in here or here? One of these has it. I tried to organize everything so I could actually find it while we were doing the builds. So I'm going to flip back to my desk view. So I've got them all organized here. All right, so we got our threaded rod with black lash nut. I have a bearing. I have spacer. I get, so I don't know if it's that one we need. What is this? This is a G2 pulley. This one's on its own. Are these all the same? They look the same. Don't want to lose those. Those are the nuts. See this? Seems too big. Or is it? Oh, maybe that's the difference. Oh yeah, that's the difference, the diameter of the hole. These are 6mm. And this needs to go over this. So yes, that is the right one. Okay, so we got that piece. We got a flange bearing. We got this piece, and then we're supposed to have a spacer. Yeah, did my kit come with a spacer, or did I have to print a spacer? Because I do believe there was a spacer that was printed. At some point. I think we'll be needing that soon too. Let me look through. I've got a few different boxes here. that's the belt we'll need. Some electrical clips, fan parts, another Gates belt. This is for the extruder, so that's not it. Oh. All right, let's just take a look. This is, yeah, that's a printed spacer. So I gotta have a printed spacer in here. So many parts. So many parts. I know he printed me a spacer. There it is. I found it. Spacer. All right, we got the spacer. We have these other parts back in here because we don't need them yet. I want to stay on task. All right. T20 G2 pulley, yep. That's what this is, G2 20 T2 pulley. So we need to get this. Does this fit? Oh, look at that. All right, we'll just get these in so we don't lose them. All right, we'll get this one in. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat as much as I should. I should have a monitor in front of me here, but it's just to my side, so I'll keep looking. But you're right, Pierre, I found it. All right, so I got that. And I got the spacer. So we got the rod. We got the bearing. Which I do think sits into this. That's fine. Rod, the bearing, the spacer. There we go. And now the pulley. There we go. And then the bearing, which looks like it has a smaller Allen key, which I think I have right here. Yep. All right. It looks like it wants you to flatten it out with the bottom of this one, so we'll look at the, before we tighten anything down, we'll look at the next page. Location screws. Doesn't tell you how far from the bottom that should be. Leave this loose until mount is installed. Okay, so they want this loose. Okay, that makes sense because it probably maybe self-aligns, or not self-aligns, but All right. I'm going to take this off, set it aside. Okay. Done. Done. Now, it wants the belt. You know what? I don't think that's very round. This is supposed to sit in here. This is, again, another one of the parts that isn't as beautiful as it needed to be, I guess. Because this needed to fit right in here like that. So I will clean it up. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 other parts that I probably could have got David to reprint, but they were so close that I was like, I'll make that work. So, almost. Wow, that really doesn't fit very well, does it? Let's see what the next picture looks like. Yeah, that's supposed to fit a little bit better. Not. Use a high quality printer when you're printing these parts. Because that's going to bind if I don't. These parts are printed with eSun ABS, if you're interested. David was kind enough to donate his printer time and print these for me. And all the later ones came out beautifully. You can see that one compared to this one is not quite as nice looking. Like, look at those holes, much better. Yeah, that's better. All right. Well, we'll go with that. All right. And those holes line up pretty good. All right, so next we need M5 nuts. What are these? And M5 by 35. So there's the M5 35s. I don't know if those are the M5 nuts. Must be. They're the only 2 I have. There we go. There's a little elephant footing in these. Gotta clean. I'll clean up this elephant foot and then I'll be able to get those nuts in. Again, better quality printer, probably recommended. Let's see how that fits. Almost. Still a little bit of elephant foot around the edge. Clean that up and then we'll get it in and go from there. Yeah, so Pierre, I know he was working on his Ender, was it your Ender 5, Pierre, if you're still here? Or do you have is it an Ender 3? I thought it was an Ender 5. Maybe it wasn't. Can't remember what printer you have, Pierre. You just put your V2 board in it. I know that. There we go. Fits. All right. Ender 5, yeah, that's what I thought you had. And how is that working? Because you just switched it just recently. So, it's working okay? There we go. And tighten this down. Have Ender 5 and an Ender and 2 Ender 5 pluses. Oh yeah. Which one do you like better? Are they about equivalent print quality? I don't have an Ender 5, so we have is it Ender 5 Plus that we were just working on? The extruder. It was a plastic extruder and it broke the other day, so we had to help someone out and got it all fixed up. There we go. I can see why they switched to the single lead screw now, because definitely simplifies things. If your tolerances are off or something, then I could see that being problematic. I'm not going to tighten that up until they tell me to. All right. Let's see what's next on the next page. 5 Plus is better. So is the 5 Plus just a larger print volume, or I can't remember. And I need an EMA 14 stepper. That's steppers, but I gotta know which one's which. This one seems like a pancake, so I'm not sure which one's which. EMA 14. All right. Because that one doesn't look like a pancake. Let's just look through here. Definitely not a pancake. All right. Let's go back to where we were. Put that back in there. Put that back in there. Unplug that. Put that there for now. All right, now we had our other G2 pulley. There it is, and new set screw. All right. Well, 2 set screws. Come on. There we go. Put this away so I don't lose them. Trying to stay organized because there's lots of little parts on this thing, and if I get too many parts all over the place, I will 350 by 350 yeah. So the Ender 5 Plus, I believe, is what we worked on the other day. So our colleague purchased one. He's been printing like crazy, and then he was getting a whole bunch of weird extrusion issues, and the plastic arm, typical spot, broke. So we upgraded him to an all metal, and we're just going to be testing it out on Monday. So yeah, so that is where that is. So that's going to line up the pulley. Like, so something like that. And then the motor is going to go in and mount. But I think I got that too tight. There we go. There we go. Now we will be on the, so this is the step I am on right now, and now I'm on this step. So we need to M3x8 button head screws. All right. So I'm going to switch back to my desk view. Here are my M3x8. I should need 4 of them. All right, let's see if we can get this all mounted up. Now, which orientation does the motor need to be in for the cabling? Is it out the back? Well, I'm going to assume it's out the back because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So we'll get this in. Keep it loose. Get this one on. Very finicky. Can't wait to try this thing. I've been waiting months. Okay, got 2 more. Yeah, so it definitely is going to be easier to assemble the other one because it's just got the lead screw integrated directly into it. So I can see why they went that way. Now, come on. we go. Very finicky. But we will get it. Hopefully I have enough. How are the angles looking? I can switch between a couple different angles, but I'm trying to let everyone see kind of what I'm doing. No, that's going to slip. Got to line these up right because don't need it slipping on that motor. Now I want to keep the shaft there, if I can. Oh, needle nose pliers. Where are my needle nose pliers when I need them? Well, they're not where they should be. At least where I need them. I swear I had some needle nose out in preparation for this. No. Well, I will just take this off again. I just don't have it lined up and I don't want the stuff to slip, so I'd rather do it right once. Yeah. All right. Get these off. Get this one off. There we go. So I want to there. There we go. There we go. Now it's lined up. Much better. So what I was trying to do is the flat part of the shaft, I need to line up with one of the two grub screws so that it tightens against the shaft, and then it's not going to slip over time, and if something does loosen, it won't just completely be out to lunch. So now that that's done, I can tighten these back down, and then we can go on to the next step. So let's line this. And we'll put this grub screw in. And then turn it. Put that grub screw in. And then see how it should line itself. Looks good. Tighten this down. Tighten this down. Make sure these two are tightened. These little guys here. Let's find the other one. There we go. All righty. Well, that took longer than I thought. All right. So we are, go back to the drawing board here. So we just put those ones in and mounted that up. So now we should be at this piece. Alrighty. I'm just going to clean up some of the holes in this. These little drill bits are great because you can just put them on a screwdriver and you're not going to melt the plastic, and you're just going to clean up the holes. Works really well. All right. So what we got, now T-screw nut fits one side. All right, I'm going to go back to the desk view. Oh. So I think they want it like this. And then this is my anti-backlash. So let's just take a look at that. Two M3 nuts slide along. M3 by 12. Right here. Need two of those. M3 by 12. They want it through the top. There we go. There we go. All right. No, the backlash was part of the kit. I don't know if it's necessary, but it's definitely, it came with the kit I ordered. But yeah, so it'll be I think it'll be a nice addition. I don't really think that there's enough backlash in here to really worry about, because the bed is only like this big. So I don't think the backlash is actually going to be a problem, but you know, you never know. It could be, but I don't believe it will be. All right. So they want us to put a cross beam in, which I believe, which one is it? Put it in, and then M3 nuts. See, they show the M3 screws, but they don't show you sliding in the nuts here, which kind of irks me. And then they show this sliding in, but they don't indicate they don't indicate screwing it together. Oh, here. So now they do. But which ones? Okay, so now I'm going to go all the way back. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. Doop, doop. I'm going to go all the way back to the drawing here, and these ones here are solid. So I have to make sure I grab the correct one. I'm going to go all the way back to where we were. So they don't indicate on here which one of these I need, but some of them have holes, you can see, and some of them don't. This one apparently is one of the ones that doesn't have a hole, so you just have to slide it in. Except it won't slide in. The belt's in the way. So this should be sitting flusher on this. Because it's not, I can't get this in. So this part really should be reprinted. Damn it. So I think I'm going to have to get David to reprint that part, because I'm looking at this now. This is not sitting low enough. You can see the gap right here. That should be much further in to this, but the tolerances weren't quite right. So, although it's close, I'm going to need this part reprinted from David. So I think that's where the build stream is going to end for today. I'm going to have to get David to reprint me a part. And then I will go from there. So yeah, so this hole, the tolerance is just too tight. And the part, it was kind of warped. It's one of the parts I should have had David reprint. So I think I'm going to get him to reprint that part. Once I do that, then I think everything will assemble nicely, because the rest of the parts were reprinted. This is probably the only other part that was not. So I may have him reprint these two pieces. Yes, all the parts are in ABS. They're eSun ABS Plus. So yeah, I think I will talk to David this afternoon. Once he's got his garage set up, then the next build will kind of continue right from where we left off on this. I'll reassemble it and kind of just summarize kind of where we were at. So sorry we couldn't have gotten further today, but we got quite a lot done. But yeah, you can see the belt. The belt is in the way because this should be flush against this. But you can see the belt needs to slide down probably 2 or 3 millimeters. And that's exactly what this one is off. If you look on here, we got at least almost 4 millimeters that this could have gone in and sat flush. So I'll get this part reprinted, and we will continue on. All right. Well, unless you have any other questions, Pierre, since you're the only one. I think we had Mario earlier. But if you have any more questions, I will answer them. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off for the day and get that part printed. Alrighty. Well, I will see you guys later. Thanks for everyone for coming and hanging out for a while I do the build. So yeah, I'll do another live stream and keep right till the end, and then once I'm done, I'll do a kind of little review video on the Voron, and go from there. So anyone else want to watch? We have a live stream that we do every Sunday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So feel free to join us then, and I'm not sure when I'm doing the rest of the build. It may not be next Sunday. I'm going to be in Calgary doing some work, so we'll see. If the part gets done, as soon as that part gets reprinted, I will probably continue a live stream. It might be midweek. It'll be in the evening. So, all right, bye.